I did a video about the Middle East situation, and basically nobody watched it. I uploaded some other ones. Probably, if I put out videos, some of them get buried. But just to mention again, really big things are going on around Syria and the balance of power and the geopolitical sphere. You know, the whole global scene. Because what it looks like around these smaller regions of the Middle East, there's the United States and Russia and China getting involved. With the United States, NATO is getting involved. Russia's a large power, has some allies. You know, the Soviet sphere of influence is still going on, and China has influence there with how it is going to sway the rest of the Asian powers, for example, India. So, what I'm catching up, actually, and I don't know if anybody was really following things while I was on sabbatical. You know, I left since August 25th was when I put that video out. Check it if you want to. It's on here. Historically accurate facts. And I was gone until the beginning of October. And then I just put a few videos. I went away for another week, and I came back with a vengeance. You know, I've been putting out like an average of 3 or 4 videos every day now. But just to tell you that I'm catching up on all this Middle East military conflict news. The information is trickling into me, and it looks like the bulk of everything, the turning point was September. So all it takes is for me just to take my focus, just look away from the world, and things seem to just synchronistically. What I'm saying is that the big news is the showdown that happened. And I know that in August they were even pumping for war. You know, like during the summer, Senator McCain went over there, and you know, it seemed like the war hawks were really at it. It seemed like Israel wanted it. It seemed like the Saudis wanted it, because it was an inroad to Iran. So the whole thing about Iran was getting pumped up. It's not new. This thing's going on for years, but it seemed like they really, really arranged all the pieces. They're just going full throttle, you know, U.S. and NATO, and they put that Free Syrian Army in there, which is actually now linked with Al-Qaeda and stuff. All those other freakazoids and mercenaries, basically, they're just killers for hire. Factions in Lebanon stood up, which is Hezbollah. So that was over the summer. I think that the big speech and the big move on their part was around July. So all the pieces got into place, and it seems like things happened. I'm going to put an article down here if you want to read something quite intriguing. I don't know if it's so accurate. I do question a little bit of the angle that they're taking in this article, but go ahead and read the article. Put your comments if you feel like it. Thanks. I think this is really more important than Kanye West or maybe even what Russell Brand is talking about. This is more important than the World Series game by far. You know, I do those videos. I do cover other topics, but this one I put a lot more importance into, up there with Fukushima. And I'm doing it again, a second video today on the topic, because I just really want people to come to terms with this and start looking. Like I said, the article's below, and I look forward to you.